This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Monday, October 31st, 2005, and this is episode number 17 for Walt Disney World Today. I'm your host, Matt Hochberg from MGMstudios.org. On the show today, our panel includes trip planning guru Mike Scopa. Welcome, Mike.
How you doing, Matt?
Outstanding. And we've also got the co-author of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World, Len Testa. Welcome, Len.
Hey, Matt.
And today we've also got a very special guest, Sue Pizzatoro of Small World Vacations. Sue's company is one of the leading travel agent companies out there, and you really can't go wrong if you want to have Sue plan your next vacation at Walt Disney World. You can find Small World Vacations at www.wdwvacations.com. I'll be sure to place a link in the show notes to it. Welcome to the show, Sue.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
Great to have you. And today we've got, we'll be talking about some changes to the extra magic hours in January. Now, Mike, what are these changes?
Okay, everybody get your pens and pencils out because there are some changes coming to extra magic hours. These changes will begin on January 1st, 2006, and will be for January, February, March, and May. We'll talk about April in a minute. But here are the changes. For the Magic Kingdom, Thursday, extra magic hour mornings. Sunday, extra magic hour evenings. For Epcot, Tuesday, extra magic hour mornings. Friday, extra magic hour evenings. For the studios, Saturday, extra magic hour mornings. Tuesday, extra magic hour evenings. For Disney's Animal Kingdom, Monday, extra magic hour mornings. Wednesday, extra magic hour evenings. Now I'm going to ask Len to comment on what this means as far as why he thinks these changes took place and what kind of an impact it may or may not have on the crowds. Len?
It's just that was a nice way of getting through that. By the way, Mike, I would have screwed that up halfway through. But I think if you look at the morning schedule, it looks like Disney tried to give each park an extra magic hour morning on one of its busiest days of the week. For example, Thursday is traditionally a fairly busy day for the Magic Kingdom, and Disney gave it an extra magic hour morning. Tuesday is actually the busiest day of the week for Epcot, and it got an extra magic hour morning on Tuesday. Animal Kingdom on Monday. Monday is one of the top couple busiest days for the Animal Kingdom. It got an extra magic hour morning. Saturdays aren't usually that busy at any Disney park, but the studios got one, an extra magic hour morning that day. My guess is that Disney just ran out of days of the week to assign an extra magic hour morning to each park. And if you look at the evenings, Wednesday at the Animal Kingdom is traditionally very slow. So is Tuesday at the studios. So is Friday at Epcot. So I think each park got a extra magic hour evening on one of its slowest days of the week. And I think the reason there is to keep people in the parks longer. There's no mystery there that Disney wants to keep people in the park if they can. The only exception to that would be in Magic Kingdom on Sundays, which is, again, traditionally a fairly big people for the Magic Kingdom. So I think in the mornings, Disney is giving resort guests a benefit by giving them a 1-hour head start on everyone else during the busiest days of the week for each park. And it's trying to pad its bottom line on the slowest days of the week by keeping resort guests in the parks a little bit longer. That's how I see it.
Now, Len, you traditionally always advise people not to go to the parks on extra magic hour days. Does this change?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think our recommendations might change for evenings. Traditionally, we had recommended some of these days, like Friday at the Epcot, Tuesday at the not Tuesday at the studios, but Wednesday at the Animal Kingdom is a decent days to go to the parks. Probably what we'll do is send the data collection team down in January and February, see how this is all going to play out among the general public, and then make some recommendations based on that. I don't think the two things we're going to have to figure out is if these were traditionally slow days to begin with, how many people are taking advantage of these evening extra magic hours, and is that enough to make the park not good on those days? I don't know. It's tough to say. The one thing I do know is that a lot of people weren't following the existing Extra Magic Hour schedule anyway. So, for example, Epcot wasn't very crowded on either of its Extra Magic Hour days. So it'll be interesting to see whether the crowds follow their normal weekday touring schedule or whether they adapt to Disney's new schedule. And the only thing that's going to tell us that is research. So probably by mid-February, maybe late February, we should know a little bit more.
We should mention that this schedule is not will not be held in April because of so many crazy things that happen in April. And it's important to note that because a lot of people are planning family vacations in April because of school vacations. So people should be aware that this Extra Magic Hour schedule begins January, and it's for January, February, March, and May, but it's not for April.
Yeah, April's just crazy. It's got Easter, it's got Passover, it's got it's got spring breaks for many public schools K through 12 in the east of the Mississippi. I mean, for all I know, Arbor Days in April this year. It's so packed with holidays, but I think that there's so many exceptions to the Extra Magic Hour schedule in April. It's really going to go on a day-by-day basis and take a look at this. But Disney's actually posted this online, and there's a good reason for why they've posted it online. So definitely check out the April schedule.
And along with the Extra Magic Hour changes, there's also some changes coming to when you can make reservations for restaurants. Starting 180 days out now, you'll be able to make reservations for everything. That includes the regular run-of-the-mill restaurants, special events. Now, Sue, I think you'll probably be the best person to try to make heads or tails of this, but also there's some changes coming to one of the more popular dining venues, which is Cinderella's Castle.
Yes. Cinderella's Royal Table will change throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll see if the new changes will affect its popularity, but at this time when guests ask for our assistance with Cinderella's Royal Table, we advise them or we help them to call at 7 a.m., exactly, it was 90 days, now it will be 180 days prior to dining to make their Cinderella Royal Table advanced dining reservations. They book up in less than 5 minutes every morning. I don't know if the new changes, which I'm about to let you know about, will affect this, but at this point people used to need a credit card to put a deposit down. Now they will need a credit card when they make their advanced dining reservations to pay for their Cinderella's Royal Table meal in full at the time of booking it, either 180 days for everyone, 180 plus 10 if you are a Disney resort guest. Big Disney gives resort guests a 10-day sort of a jump start on non-Disney guests when making their advanced dining reservations. And here is how it's going to play out. Breakfast and lunch will continue as a princess-themed character meal. But when you arrive at the castle, a photographer will take some pictures of your group in the lobby before you're seated for your meal. While you're dining, a package of 4 4x6 prints and 1 6x8 print of your group photo, along with 1 6x8 print of Cinderella's castle. Disney values this, put a value on this as $29.95, and it comes in a very nice little photo holder with the theme of the castle. And, of course, in true Disney style, additional photos can be purchased. Breakfast, ready for the cost? Breakfast will cost $31.99 per guest, ages 10 and up. $21.99.
What is on the menu?
Are there kids?
Is there Grab Lax on the menu?
Well, it's a set meal. It's not even a buffet. I know, $21.99 for kids age 3 to 9. Lunch is $33.99 for ages 10 and up, and $22.99 for ages 3 to 9. I did a little bit of comparison, just out of curiosity.
Oh, don't do the comparison. Go ahead.
I compared Chef Mickey's is $17.99 for an adult, and the 1900 Park Fair is $17.99.
Wow.
You're talking about $14 extra, but don't forget you get the $29.99 package of photos of your group.
Wow.
So, it's all relative. There's going to be people who are going to still go crazy for this thing, regardless of the cost. So this might weed out the people who have done it already, and might be the hardcore parents who need to do this for their kids.
That's a good point, Sue.
Yeah,
now,
the people who are just right.
And
so,
go ahead, Sue.
Dinner, it's a set meal. There's no buffet. It's going to be hosted by the fairy godmother, and you can have your chance to have your photo taken again with Cinderella before. It's basically the same thing. Let's just see if there's anything else. And there's a special lithograph worth $50 in Disney Relative World, given exclusively to diners at Cinderella's Royal Table dinner. So and this is going to cost $39.99. What? I'm sorry?
It'll be interesting to see what they go for on eBay after this thing starts.
Well, they could say it's worth $50, but will they get $50? I doubt it. The dinner is $39.99 for ages 10 and up, and $24.99 for ages 3 to 9. Now, Chef Mickey's for dinner is $26.99, and you get some sort of photo, I think, with Chef Mickey's. And Grand Floridian, the 1900 Park Fair, is $27.99. Now, the thing I think is really crazy, for people who are on the dining plan, this is going to take 2 table service credits.
Wow.
Yeah. 1 table service credit this year is going to cost about $38. Right. So if I were on the dining plan, I would not suggest using this using this towards your dining plan. I would pay cash if this is something you want to do for dinner.
Yeah, it's not worth 2 table service.
No way. Not when you could go to Yachtsman Steakhouse, one of the higher end restaurants where it could cost you, close to $100 a person, where this is for $40 a person. The prices that I gave for the Cinderella's Royal Table do not include tax or tip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know what? I really believe that this will not discourage people who really want to do this. The people are crazy for this thing, and I think they don't care, and the kids don't know. It's the parents.
Well, it's supply and demand.
Exactly.
But like you said, Sue, I really think that this will weed out the return the returned diners. I think that for first timers who want their daughter to have a chance to eat in Cinderella's castle, I think that they will be the ones who will be doing most of this, and those people who have already dined up there will say, well, I've done it, and I'm not going to spend this amount of money to do it again. I really think that's going to happen.
I agree, and it might not. It might make the demand. It might make the demand less in demand. It might lessen the demand, and you won't have the insanity, the booking frenzy every morning at 7 a.m. for this thing. It will weed out, the hysteria for the thing.
Yeah.
People are crazy for this.
Yeah, I still think it'd be pretty popular. I mean, even at those prices, because I don't think anybody when they call in says how much does it cost, or they might. But
no.
Oh, Sue, has the payment policy changed?
Pay in full at the time of booking with a credit card.
Ouch.
And what if you cancel?
I don't know that yet. Usually they give you a 48-hour cancellation. I'm sure if you don't cancel and you just don't show, they're going to keep your money. But I don't know. They haven't, as far as I have seen anywhere, set any policy regarding, advanced cancellations for this.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that since it's after Halloween, we could go buy a Cinderella costume, dress up, and make some breakfast for a lot less money. Yeah.
We can hold it at Scopa Towers, Len.
turn upside down, make some eggs.
Sure.
You could get a Polaroid camera, take some pictures, put them in a little frame.
$40 for an adult. I mean, for 2 adults and 2 kids, you're looking at what, $120 before tax and tip for breakfast, one meal.
And Sue made a good point about the Yachtsman Steakhouse or Alfredo's or any of the upper scale restaurants. The quality of the food does not necessarily equal the value that you're paying for the meal. So I'm not sure if yeah.
Especially when you can go over to 1900 Park Fair and there's a princess dinner. You can go to the Storybook breakfast, lunch, and dinner over in Norway,
yeah.
And you can see the princesses. I mean, this is just. I think it's. I think Disney may have deluded itself, thinking that this is such a hot ticket. But you know what? There's going to be people who want this, and they don't care how much it costs for their kids. It's in the parents' mind that they have to have it.
It's funny you bring that up, Sue. We had a poll recently on the Walt Disney World Today website, and it was about how people budget themselves when they go to Walt Disney World. And out of all the people who responded to the poll, a majority of them went there, and their policy was, I'm on vacation, there is no budget. Charge it, and we'll deal with it when we get home.
Exactly. They're really, you know what, I hate to tell you, I sort of fall into that, even though I've been there a million times. It's sort of like I don't care. I'm on vacation, and when I get the bills under my door, when I'm leaving that final day, I kind of get, lightheaded. But while I'm there, you get, I've been there this year, I've gone countless times. It's intoxicating when you get down there, and you want to have fun. So I imagine, people, first-timers, this will be nothing to them.
Right.
Yep. Well, be sure to listen to our next 2 shows on Wednesday and Friday, because we're going to have Sue back, if she wants to come back, that is. I don't know, maybe she's sick of us already.
I would love to. Thank you.
And on Friday, Sue will be lending her expertise to us by helping our listeners pick out Walt Disney World packages. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that and hear what Sue's got to say about that. And that's it for us today. This has been episode number 17 of Walt Disney World Today. Be sure to visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com for the show notes, as well as the ability to send us all of your comments about this podcast. And please be sure to send us all your questions to questions@wdwtoday.com. You'd think I would know what our website is by now.
Yeah.
As always, you can look for our new shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays of every week. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, Mike Newell, and Sue Pisatoro of Small World Vacations, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.